Hello students. Today we are going to start some of the questionnaires related to the phylum Platyhelminths. These are very important questions. So let's see and please comment in the comment box that how many questions you all got the correct. Okay. So now coming to the first question. Flatworms excrete through. Students, flatworms we have already studied that they excrete through protonephridia, or the another name for the protonephridia is the flame cells. Now I'll show you the diagram that how this protonephridia looks like. Okay, see, this is a ascaris, sorry, this is fasciola hepatica. Okay, so you can see here that these small cells are representing the flame cells, and this is the enlarged image of the flame cell. You can see, as you can see here, that this is looking like a flame, burning flame, so the name is being given here, flame cells. Now coming to the another thing, that the flame cells, they also performs one more function, that is the osmoregulation. Okay, so it is very important thing to understand that flame cells perform two functions, which is known as the excretory function as well as the osmoregulatory function. Now coming to the second question, which of the following animal have a single opening to the outside that serves both as mouth as well as the anus? So the answer will be here is Fasciola hepatica, because I have already told you that the they have incomplete alimentary canal, or we can say the digestive system. So you got it. So now coming to the next question. See students, next question is which one of the following animal possesses high regeneration capacity? So you all know that planaria, which is also known as Deuteracia, is shows the high regeneration capacity. And how, students? See, if you talk about it, see, when a planaria is there, if you cut the animal into four sections, or any how many sections, if you know, each cut segment will develop into a new individual. Okay, so just because it has a high regeneration capacity, this animal is mostly, it is very important animal to study, that the planaria has a high regeneration capacity. Now coming to the next question, an acoelomate animal with bilateral symmetry is, so which one is the acoelomate animal? See, acoelomate animal, you all know that acoelomate animal is having no coelom in the body. Coelom means the body cavity which does not filled with a fluid filled cavity, and does not lined by the mesoderm layer, or you can say the peritoneum layer. What is the coelom? Coelom is like the organ system, because you all know platyhelminths has the organ system. So these organs are not resting in the cavity which has fluid filled cavity and lined by the mesoderm layer. It is actually having a solid body plan. Okay, why solid body plan? Because it has a mesenchyme cells which is present in between the ectoderm and endoderm. So now the answer will be here is, the answer will be liver fluke, which is also known as Fasciola hepatica. Okay, now coming to the next question, students. Next question is, Taenia solium derives energy from the breakdown of. So the answer will be glycogen. You all know they are endoparasitic. So they lives inside the host body. So just because they perform anaerobic respiration, and glycogen is the product which provides the or derives the energy for the from them. Okay. Now coming to the next question, which of the following is not the character of Taenia solium? So which is not the character? See students, I'll tell you how. See, now first of all, you know that what are the general characteristics of Taenia solium. Even though we have studied in the previous slide, you see this is a Taenia solium. Okay, this is a Taenia solium. Here you can see that this they tapeworm, they look like a tape. As you can see here, they have proglottids, they have stropula. This segment which you can see here, these tail like this is strobila, and these sections, each section is known as proglottid. Okay, so all is known as proglottid. So this, they have strobila. Okay, and they have proglottids also. Now coming to the, what is the they have actually strobila, proglottid, and apolysis also. Apolysis means what? See, shedding of proglottid. See, when this long strobila, this chain of proglottids, what they do actually during the fecal discharge of the host, this proglottids also passes out. Okay, so this means this is shed off. This shedding of the proglottid is known as apolysis. So definitely 100% the strobila, yes, Taenia solium have apolysis. The process of shedding of proglottids is also occurring in the Taenia solium, and proglottid definitely it has. So what it does not have, which is the metamerism, means body segmentation. How body is not completely segmented into head and trunk and the thorax and such segments. So just because of this reason it does not has this metamerism. So now the answer will be metamerism. So next, coming to the next slide, students, this is the seventh question now. Fasciola hepatica is a digenetic parasite. Sheep and snail are two hosts. So you know that Fasciola hepatica, it has two hosts, sheep and snail. So snail is what type of host? So you should know that sheep, see here, this is a diagram. This is a sheep, okay, and this is a snail here, okay. This is a snail, this is a sheep. So what is happening here? See, so these two are host. This is a primary host, this is a secondary host. So this is primary and this is secondary host, which has Cercaria larva, radial larva, sporocyst and miracidium. This is in the sorry, this is in the snail region, this one, and this one is the in the sheep region. So just because they have digenetic life cycle means two hosts are involved, okay. One is sheep, one is snail, so two hosts are involved, so they are digenetic life cycle they have. And even this is the primary host, which is sheep, and another is the secondary host, or we can say intermediate host, which is the snail. So just because so now you got the answer that the snail is which type of host? Intermediate host, okay. So snail is intermediate host. So which type of host? Intermediate host. Now structure present in a mature proglottids are. Now you should understand that what are the structures present in the mature proglottid. Now coming to the structures, that is that a pair of longitudinal nerve cord, Malleus gland and serous sac. Now I'll show you one diagram. See, this is the structure of a mature proglottid where you have this is the oviduct, sorry, this is the ovary, this is the oviduct, here is the serous sac, and this is the structure which is present here. This is the Malleus gland. So this all structures are present in the proglottid, and this is the lateral nerve cord running both the sides, okay. So these all structures are present in the serous gland. Now coming to the question, see here, see what it is asking. See, Malleus gland, now I will tell you the function also. Malleus gland is a gland which is present related to the reproductive organ, and where the sperms actually get matured. And serous sac, which is the penis sac, where the penis is pouched inside that sac. And a pair of longitudinal nerve cord you have seen in the diagram. So what is not present? One ovary. They have one bilobed ovary and two oviduct. No, they have one oviduct. So the answer will be A, that is first is correct, second and third. This is wrong. Okay. So now coming to the next slide. Now coming to secondary host of Taenia saginata is. What is the secondary host of Taenia saginata? See, Taenia saginata, it has the secondary host cow. Okay, so it has a secondary host cow. It is not Taenia solium. We are talking about the Taenia saginata. Sometime it is being asked. And remember, all these questions are from the NEET questions which I have selected. So now coming to the next question, cystosoma is a parasite found in. Cystosoma, the another name for cystosoma is blood fluke. Okay, blood fluke. So it is present in blood. Understood? So the blood fluke is which is the parasite found in blood. Now got the answer. Now coming to the next slide. See, this is the cystosoma. See, this is the cystosoma. This is a blood parasite. You can understand. Okay. Now coming to the next slide. Now excretory organ in Taenia are. Excretory organ in Taenia are flame cells. You all know Flame cells are also known as protonephridia, and this is very unique and special unique characteristic for the platyhelminths. Now coming to the next question, in contrast to annelids, the platyhelminths shows. See, platyhelminths, what they show? They have presence of pseudocoelom? No, they are acoelomate. The absence of body cavity? Yes, body's cavity is not present in them. Radial symmetry? No. Bilateral symmetry? Yes. So they have absence of body cavity, which is the contrast character to annelids. Okay. Now coming to the next question, pseudocoelom is not found in. Pseudocoelom is not found in. So we are reading the phylum Platyhelminths, and you all know in Platyhelminths pseudocoelom is not there. They are acoelomate. So the answer means you can say very easily the Phaseola hepatica, because in these all three options this is the only one which is platyhelminths. Now coming to the next question, phylum of Taenia solium is. Taenia solium is what? It's a platyhelminth. Very easy. Now coming to the next question, during its life cycle, Phaseola hepatica liver fluke infects its intermediate host and primary host at the following larval stages respectively. At which stage? Now coming to the see, now you will have to understand that it has, see, Miracidium and Metacercaria. This one is the correct answer. Miracidium and Metacercaria larva. How? See, Miracidium is the larval stage which is freely swimming in the water, and it is found in the secondary host, which is the intermediate host. And this is Metacercaria is the Metacercaria. It is present in the encysted form. Okay. After coming out of the snail body, or we can say out of the, yes, snail body, it is resting out in the water or some of the seaweed. When that seaweed is being eaten by some of the host like sheep, that enters the primary host. So this intermediate host, it has Miracidium larva, and primary host it has Metacercaria larva. So this answer is correct. Now coming to the next question, Cysticercus of Taenia develops in. Cysticercus is develops in what? Cysticercus develops in pig. Okay, the answer will be pig. How pig? When the pig is infected, it has oncosphere larva, where it develops into the Cysticercus larva, and the Cysticercus larva enters inside the human being. And why it enters the human being? Because sometimes the human who feeds upon the pork meat, they get infected. Okay, so this is the simple answer. Now coming to the next question, the first formed triploblastic animal of the animal kingdom belongs to this phylum. So first formed triploblastic animal first formed triploblastic animal is whom? The platyhelminth. Why? Because they have ectoderm, endoderm, as well as the mesoderm, which plays very important role in forming the triploblastic layer. Okay, because diploblastic organisms, they have ectoderm and endoderm, but they don't have mesoderm. Understood? Now coming to the next question. In flatworms, the space between the body wall gut is filled with. So we have already studied, because they don't have mesoderm layer, so they have what? They have mesenchyme. So platyhelminths, they have mesenchyme, which make them stiff, because the body wall gut and the space between the body wall and the gut is not filled with the fluid filled cavity. So it is like solid cells, which is the mesenchyme cells. So it is the correct answer for this question. Now coming to the next question, organ and organ system level of body organization first appears in this phylum. Which phylum it appears? Obviously platyhelminths. Which phylum? Platyhelminths. Okay, osmoregulatory structure of flatworms are 100%, it is the flame cells. You have studied, because I have in first question only I told you all. Now coming to the next question, the ladder-like nervous system is present in. Ladder-like nervous system is seen in the previous video. I have told you that the platyhelminths, they have a brain, a ganglia, as well as this nervous system, the nerve cord running through the body, which forms a ladder-like shape. So just because of this shape, it is known as ladder like nervous system. So the answer will be here the flatworms. Okay, so now coming to the next question, the life history of liver fluke includes polyembryony. The answer will be polyembryony. How polyembryony? Single egg, fertilized egg, is developed into two or more than two embryos. So this is the unique characteristic of the liver fluke. Okay, now coming to the next question, the larva present in the free living flatworm is, that is the Mueller's larva. Okay, it is unique thing. The larva present in the free living flatworm is Mueller's larva. Now coming to the next question, the number of suckers present in a typical trematode is, how many that suckers are present? You know, that is 2. How? See, when we were studying the Fasciola hepatica, I told you all, that this Fasciola hepatica, it has 2 suckers. One is oral, one is ventral. Ventral one is known as acetabulum and oral one is known as the oral sucker. So 2 suckers are present there. So the answer will be here. The 2 suckers. Correct? Now coming to the next question. Blood fluke is known as blood fluke. The another name for blood fluke is cystosoma, that is bilharzia. That is very important question. See, now 26th question. The syncytial cytoplasm layer that covers the body of tapeworm is called, see, it is tegument. Why? Because tegument, bearing a tegument is very unique characteristic of this platyhelminths, because they are endoparasites living inside the host. So just because they are inside the host, so they protect their body wall by the help of teguments. Understood? Now coming to the next question. Identify a set of free living flatworms from the following. So except Turbellaria, I already told you all, except Turbellaria, all classes are the endoparasitic. So only Turbellaria is free living. So Turbellaria includes, class Turbellaria includes the Deuteracia and Convoluta. So this is the correct answer. Now coming to the next question, dog tapeworm is Echinococcus granulosus. This is the answer. Now coming to the next question. The flatworm with 2 suckers also possesses this character. This is the anterior mouth and bifurcated intestine. This is the answer, first one. And next question is, Taenia solium is commonly known as, it is pork tapeworm. Why pork tapeworm? Because Taenia solium, it has a host which involves a pig, and that pig is being eaten by the human being, that is known as pork meat. So just because of that, it is known as pork tapeworm. So thank you students, please subscribe my channel and please appreciate my work, and do let me know that what type of questions you all need, and thank you. Please comment in below that what are the marks you obtained. Okay, thank you students, thank you.